ओके, नमस्कार सबको प्रणाम एंड ईट स्लीप ड्रिंक क्रिकेट में सबका स्वागत है। और हमारे एक्सपर्ट्स अभिजीत, भास्कर, सागर, आप तीनों का स्वागत है। थैंक यू सो मच फॉर ज्वाइनिंग। सुबह से व्हाट्सएप में हमने कहर मचा दिया है एशिया कप के स्क्वाड को लेके। तो उसको, उस इमोशन को बातों से वी विल पुट इट अक्रॉस एंड होस्ट इट ऑन यूट्यूब एंड आस्क फॉर फीडबैक फ्रॉम एनी। सो फर्स्ट थिंग, अभिजीत आप बोलिए, लाइक शेयर सब्सक्राइब करें हमारे चैनल को, बोलिए।
Definitely, यार. Eat, sleep, drink, like, share, subscribe. Cricket, and only cricket should be your life, boss. If you are watching this, nothing else.
और
करेक्ट
बेल
करेक्ट
आइकन
करेक्ट।
दबाना ना भूलिएगा।
हाँ, बेल आइकन
बेल
को
आइकन।
नोट, ताकि नोटिफिकेशन आपके इस पे आ जाएगा। सही
जैसे
है।
ही जैसे ही बेल आइकन बोला, मुझे याद आ गया बुमराह ने जो बॉल डाला था इयन बेल को.
अच्छा।
ओह,
ये बेल को
यॉर्कर।
कब डाला था
यॉर्कर।
उसने?
नहीं नहीं,
ये
सॉरी
है
सॉरी, ओली ओली पॉप को डाला था मैं.
हाँ
बेल मेरे
हाँ,
दिमाग में आ गया.
वाइजैक
बट
वाइजैक में।
बट
बट पोप
बट
उसी
मुझे
का
याद आ
ज्यादा
गया
दिखता
कि
है ना।
जब धोनी बाहर पीछे खड़ा था तो उसने बोला चलो इसकी घंटी बजाते हैं। इसकी घंटी बजाओ बेल की।
अरे बट ही गेव, बेल को चांस दिया था, याद है आपको? प्रवीण कुमार का वो फील्डिंग याद है आपको? एनीवेज, चलो वो सब के बारे में
या
कभी
या
और
या
बात करेंगे। वन
He
वन
was
आइडिया
out,
विद
but he was
सागर,
called back.
one idea which Sagar gave, and I think I totally, matlab, we should do it, is he said that we should pick couple of matches and speak up only about the matches। जो व्हाट्सएप में हम बात करते रहते हैं ना पुराने मैचेस के बारे में, तो वो सब बात होना चाहिए। तो हम इन अग्रीमेंट सो हम करेंगे, पक्का करेंगे। सो आज का जो मेन डिस्कशन है वो एशिया कप है। एक चीज था पार्ट टू में, हमारा पार्ट टू जो लास्ट डिस्कशन था, गौतम गंभीर के कोचिंग के बारे में कुछ बात था। तो मैं आपको 2 मिनट दूंगा अभिजीत पहले, तो आप वो कंप्लीट कर लें, ताकि वो ऐसा ना हो कि वो पॉइंट रह गया हमारी तरफ से। ठीक है? सो वो गौतम गंभीर का कोचिंग ओनली ऑन दी टेस्ट पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू से बोले, फिर इमीडिएटली विल जंप ऑन टू एशिया कप का स्क्वाड एनालिसिस, एवरीथिंग विल डू। एंड देन देर आर टू टू नहीं, एक ही कंट्रोवर्सी है। एक कंट्रोवर्सी जो अश्विन ने आईपीएल के हिसाब से बोला है, आई डोंट नो इफ यू नो, इफ यू हैव टाइम विल स्पीक अबाउट इट। ठीक है? सो सो फर्स्ट अभिजीत मैं आपको देता हूं। जो मैं हमेशा लास्ट कमर्स को नहीं देता, लेकिन बिकॉज आपने वो वहां पे छोड़ दिया है, तो आज आप लकी रह गए। तो आज आप वो गौतम गंभीर के कोचिंग एंड व्हाट इज द वे अहेड फॉर गौतम गंभीर, आप उसके बारे में बताएं, जो उस दिन रह गया
So,
था।
yeah, so Gautam Gambhir as a red ball coach is definitely a work in progress coach. In white ball, he's untouchable. He's probably the best in the world in white ball. But in red ball, he's work in progress. We know that there are certain gray areas. हमें मालूम है कि he looks for a bit of more batting, bit of bits and pieces players को ज्यादा chance देता है than what you should give. But having said that, there are certain areas which we should not ignore. One, he picks out players from nowhere and makes them a monster. Like Washington Sundar for once, which immediately comes to mind. KL Rahul in Australia, KL Rahul was supposed to open only for one test in Australia. उसके बाद रोहित शर्मा आने वाला था. He could have anyways asked Devdutt Padikkal to open in that test, but KL Rahul opened that test, and KL Rahul has remained a opener since he's become a monster. So there are many players whom Gautam Gambhir actually makes a monster. There's no doubt. But I think the standout point for me in this series is, if you hear through all the interviews, all the players have said one thing. Gambhir kept telling them, we are not a young team, we are a gun team. All the players have said this, multiple times they have said, and the small thing which has stayed in the mind, and keeping the players charged up for 25 test match days till the last session of every day. Honest to God, I don't think any Indian team overseas have kept that level of intensity for 25 days. 25 days के हम तो कुछ मैच 3-3 4-4 दिन में हार जाते थे. So even 2014 series you just mentioned, some of the matches we've lost, because we lost interest sometimes. The other biggest thing is that the fitness levels which he put into play. If you see, England were complaining, हमारा जॉफर आर्चर नहीं खेला, स्टोक्स नहीं खेला, बस हमने मना नहीं किया था. आप क्या बोले, आप एलन नॉट को भी बुला के खिला सकते थे, हमें प्रॉब्लम नहीं था. The thing is that England didn't play Champions Trophy, a grueling Champions Trophy in Dubai. England didn't play IPL, a grueling IPL all over India. Indian players played all that, and still we didn't have a single injury in between a test match. I think that is very creditable, which means the coaching staff took care that every player who goes in is a supremely fit player. And third is, he's a disruptor. We all know that. I mean, he made Ashwin, Rohit, Virat, a host of superstars retire, and he doesn't care. I think that helps because he wants to remove the superstar culture. I don't think that is the way around. I mean, we are seeing Gill being elevated because of, India wants to make brand Gill at par with brand Virat and brand Rohit and all that. So the superstar culture will always remain in sports, no matter log chahe na chahe. But Gambhir has his views about it. But the fact that he could get them out was, and he could get a new team to perform. Look, all of us hand to heart will say, अगर रोहित शर्मा विराट कोहली इस इंग्लैंड सीरीज में खेलते तो ये सीरीज 2-2 तो नहीं होता. That all of us will agree. So that's it, Rajiv.
Great. Thank you so much. Actually, I think one very good point you mentioned, and I think काफी लोगों ने अलग-अलग bits and pieces में बोला है that Gambhir is a work in progress red ball coach, and I'm happy that he's become that work in progress coach because the fact is you can't keep changing coaches like that. जो नया आएगा उसके लिए इतना easy नहीं है. People think कि बस वो वहां से यहाँ आ गया हो जाएगा करके. एक चंद्रकांत पंडित such a great coach केकेआर के लिए कुछ नहीं कर पाया, right? So these are, let's understand the dynamics. It's not easy for any new person to come and take on and immediately start performing. Even Ravi Shastri took his time to start performing, right? So everybody has this. So जो है उसके साथ वो better है कि वो work in progress रहे rather than investing in a new person. But let's see. I think performance is the key here. If performance happens, Gambhir stays. Otherwise, he doesn't stay. मतलब that's how Indian cricket works. Now let's come to Asia Cup. आज बड़ा एक आई थिंक T20 का जहां तक, सो आई एम जस्ट गिविंग यू द ओपनिंग नोट्स एंड आई विल गो भास्कर सागर एंड देन अभिजीत. सो द थिंग इज कि T20 का तो दो टीम आराम से बन जाएगा. इंडिया का दो टीम आपको पैरेलली चल सकता है. एंड इफ अ 5 मैच सीरीज हैपेंस बिटवीन एन इन वन टीम, ए टीम और अ बी टीम बोथ पुट टुगेदर, तो उसमें 5 मैच में कौन 3-2 जीतेगा अपने को मालूम नहीं है. वो लेवल का कंपटीशन है T20 में तो फॉर श्योर. सो I think that's good, but sometimes it's a headache because the players whom you want don't get picked, and sometimes the players who are there, are you really बोल के हम बोलते हैं. So it's all एक तरीके से खिचड़ी है. So there are three parts to it, and I'll tell which part should be handled by whom. You can decide who should go first actually. एक शुभमन गिल्स elevation is a clear testimony. I mentioned it on a Facebook post also that उसको मार्च 26 में जैसी वर्ल्ड कप खत्म होगा उसको कैप्टन बनाएंगे. ओडीआई का कोरोनेशन तो हो ही गया समझो आप. सो बेसिकली वो एक ऑल फॉर्मेट प्लेयर ढूंढ रहे हैं एंड दे हैव ऑलरेडी गॉन विद गिल. आई थिंक दे हैव ऑलरेडी मेड अप देयर माइंड. सो इज इट गुड बैड विल डिस्कस. सो गिल का एक पार्ट है जो मेनली डिस्कस होना है. सेकेंड है कि there are a couple of laggards now which I think Bhaskar is well suited to take is Shivam Dubey, Rinku Singh and all these people. They've been there. There is no reason to drop them, but they are not done enough also. So वो बनता है नहीं बनता है. And the third सागर से मैं पूछूंगा, which I think he can take it up, is this Shreyas Iyer thing, right? Shreyas Iyer selection, and we all know अगर वो select नहीं होता तो बहुत ज्यादा उसके ऊपर discussion करेगा how good or bad it is. So that's how I want, and then we'll speak about the squad also. So maybe we can start with Abhijit again. Unfortunately, like it's you again who have to speak because the Gills thing has changed the dynamic of this entire selection. I can put it up and then I'll go to Bhaskar and then come to Sagar. So sorry for both of you, but क्या करें बात ही ऐसा हो गया है. So I'm just sharing. You can start, Abhijit. I'm just putting
I
across
know
the.
I know why you are giving it, Avijit. You are looking for people with less hair than you.
पॉइंट है पॉइंट है. चलिए अभिजीत आप बात कीजिए. हाँ.
So yeah, I think Gill, as I just mentioned sometime ago, they are looking to make brand Gill as big. Let's face it, Asia Cup जो है ना, Asia Cup में it's going to be a series of matches where India is going to well up whichever 11 is in front of them. अगर सारे teams लेके combined 11 भी खेल ले तो भी India is going to well up them. That is expected. And this Indian team is over the last 3-4 years जो भी Indian team develop हुआ है under Dravid and under Shastri and then under Gambhir, they are good enough to play anywhere. If you remember 2009 में West Indies में T20 tournament था, we were absolute, we were not great there, but then in 2024 we won the World Cup out there. So Asia Cup अभी हो रहा है दुबई में. Dubai is the same place where we had an awful record, but in Champions Trophy earlier this year we had a flawless record. So ये जो भी team selection हुआ है, we know that हम एक दिन के लिए हल्ला करेंगे, बाद में after that doesn't matter, India is going to win. So Gill is definitely being elevated is an all format. I don't know whether it was good or right, because personally I thought Gill, Jaiswal, Bumrah England में इतना rest का बात करा था. Ideally these three should have been rested, and we have too many players in our pool who could have taken their place. But anyway, when I ये 15 का जो स्क्वाड आपने डाला, इसको जब मैं ब्रेक करके 11 डालता हूँ, whichever batting lineup I put up, I mean that 11 I put up, we have batting till 8th. And 8th down could be Akshar Patel or Jitesh Sharma or Rinku Singh or Hardik Pandya or Sanju Samson. इस लेवल का डेप्थ है हमारे इस टीम में. तो honestly it won't matter. We will be going slam bang everybody. Interesting will be, you mentioned March 2026 में Gill could get the captain. What if Surya Kumar Yadav wins the trophy? Then would you drop Surya Kumar Yadav? So that will be interesting, but I think that's a long way away. So yeah, this is Rajiv.
Yeah. No. So my point was not whether Surya would get dropped or not. My point was Gill could become the all-format captain if everything goes, and then Surya will just play as a player. वो कर सकते हैं वो ऐसा, उनको वो चाहिए दिस एंड व्हाई आई ब्रॉट दिस डिस्कशन इज सिंपली बिकॉज कि दे कुड हैव वेटेड फॉर गिल, शुभमन गिल टिल March 26 एंड टेकन दैट कॉल. बट ठीक है, जो
True.
क्योंकि माय थॉट इज कि ओडीआई और इसमें दे टू हेस्टी टू मेक द स्टार आउट ऑफ गिल. आर यू गेटिंग द पॉइंट?
Yeah,
वो
yeah.
लग रहा है, वो एक लग रहा है कि उसको बहुत जल्दी है लोगों को हेस्टी कि इसको स्टार बनाना है, इसको ऑल फॉर्मेट प्लेयर बनाना है, इसको
Yeah,
महान
yeah,
बनाना
yeah.
है करके. सो
See,
ठीक है,
see,
एनीवेज.
see, Rajiv, we all know this tournament is made for the money purposes. India,
या
बुमराह को इसीलिए खिलाया गया because India पाकिस्तान कुछ टीम्स कुछ मैचेस करना है. If you see इंडिया के बड़े बड़े स्टार्स खेल रहे हैं, पाकिस्तान के बाबर और रिजवान दोनों को ड्रॉप कर दिया गया. तो पूरा पैसा इंडिया पे ही रन कर रहा है, which others will benefit, because I don't think BCCI makes too much money out of Asia Cup. So yeah, I think the stardom is the big reason why Gill is out. Ideally, he should have rested.
एक्चुअली when you say that it doesn't make too much money, actually BCCI makes zero money. पूरा
True,
पैसा
true,
बाकियों को
true,
जाता है. वो कह रहे हो
true,
सागर
true.
बता सकते हैं, वो तो उनको थोड़ा पता है. सो नाउ आई एम कमिंग टू यू भास्कर, आपके पास आ रहा हूँ. नाउ द होल सी यू द स्क्वाड इज इन फ्रंट ऑफ यू, राइट? नाउ आई टेल यू वेयर थिंग्स आर एंड आई विल जस्ट पिक अप माय फोन एंड ऑल्सो टेल यू द स्क्वाड विच प्लेड द लास्ट सीरीज स्पेशली अगेंस्ट साउथ अफ्रीका. इंग्लैंड आप छोड़ दो, क्योंकि उसमें वो चैंपियंस ट्रॉफी वाला एंगल था, तो जिसको उसको खिलाना था वैसा खिला लिया उन्होंने. बट अगर आप देखो यहाँ पे, शिवम दुबे के बारे में आप बात कर रहे थे, एंड देन यू ऑल्सो हैव अ सिनारियो ऑफ रिंकू सिंह ऑल्सो, हु इज नॉट रेगुलर इन योर प्लेइंग 11, बट they're there in the squad. They want to keep them. And do you think it is right? Because these are the two people who did not have a good IPL in uh, in this 2025 which went across. Even Tilak Verma did not have a great IPL, but Tilak Verma played fantastic cricket when he was in the playing 11. So आपका क्या कहना है? मतलब are you satisfied with the squad? What is your thoughts?
I'm quite satisfied with the squad. मुझे इतना कुछ ज्यादा इसमें प्रॉब्लम नहीं दिख रहा है. एंड द थिंग इज, हर एक बार आईपीएल को देखकर यू कांट जस्ट चेंज द स्क्वाड विच इज लाइक इज बीन डूइंग वेल फॉर सम टाइम. ओके, एक हाथ जो प्लेयर है तो जिसने बहुत ही अच्छा किया, ही विल कम इन ऑफ कोर्स. बट पूरा टीम, अगर तिलक वर्मा जस्ट हैज अ बैड आईपीएल, दो ही हैज बीन द इनकम्बेंट इन द टीम, उसको ऐसा ड्रॉप नहीं कर सकते हम लोग, बिकॉज ही स्कोर्ड अ कपल ऑफ हंड्रेड्स. So I think I'm quite satisfied with the team. Of course, Shivam Dube, because if he does not bowl, we have better batters than him, isn't it? So वहीं पर एक issue है, but for that I'm quite comfortable with the team. Gill, I think coming in is I think is the right way forward. Or the thing is, we are going to have the World Cup, and we don't have too many T20 internationals coming up. So that's the reason why I think they've gone with the best squad. We need to figure out whom we are going to play. ऐसा नहीं कि मतलब we just keep resting our best players. So I think Bumrah has had enough rest. 4 ओवर डालना है उसको, तो इतना I don't think it's an issue. Gill, I think this is the right time. I think he's the way he's playing, the kind of form he's in, the kind of IPL he had. He's almost scored
भास्कर फ्रीज हो गए आप.
700 runs. Okay, so I think it's so मुझे तो I'm quite comfortable with the team. Rinku Singh, I think the one more thing, we don't have Ravindra Jadeja anymore. So Rinku Singh, having him in the 15 makes a huge difference. Whenever there's a fielder who goes inside, the Rinku comes in. He's a brilliant fielder. We all know how good a fielder he is. I think after Jadeja, because Ravindra Jadeja is not in the team, I do believe that Rinku probably is the best fielder in the team right now. And so I think nothing wrong in having Rinku. And he's 27. He will come in. He will score a few hundreds, a few fifties if at all he gets a chance. But of course, we know Rinku doesn't have the kind of class probably Shreyas has or maybe Yash Jaiswal has. But Rinku coming down the order when he gets a chance, I think it's a reasonably good team, a good player to have around in the 15. But I'm quite satisfied with the team. Jitesh Sharma is one player, I'm not a great fan of. Uh, I don't know. Again, whenever there's a chance of Ishan Kishan getting a go, he seems to be injured. So I think that's the problem he's going to be having. So Jitesh Sharma is another player I don't see having a good like big future as a. I think when Pant is fit, he would probably be in the 15. Whatever he might be not having a great record in limited overs cricket, but he would still be a superior player than say Jitesh Sharma. So in the 15, probably Pant will come in. In the ODI cricket, again, Pant will be in the 15, even though and the first keeper probably would be KL Rahul. So I'm quite satisfied with the team. And coming back to Abhijit's point that we have like a player batting at 8, but if we play our best 4 bowlers, I think we will not have the depth at 8 because if we play Bumrah,
प्लेइंग 11
Arshdeep,
पे आएंगे सर.
Kuldeep,
प्लेइंग
Kuldeep
11 पे
and
आएंगे. प्लेइंग 11
Varun.
पे
Okay,
आएंगे.
fine, please. Okay, Rajiv, it's
नो
up
नो,
to you now.
आप शिवम दुबे के बारे में कुछ बताएं.
हाँ बस वहाँ शिवम दुबे सी ही डजंट बोल उसने वर्ल्ड he played a good knock in the World Cup final, but for that we all know how much abilities he has. So I think if he doesn't bowl and the World Cup is going to be in India, I don't see him like really contributing that much. Though he might come and hit a few big sixes, but it's always better to go with a better superior batsman like say a Jaiswal or maybe a Shreyas Iyer there. That's about it. And Dubey is already like probably like 32, 33, 32. And so I think I don't see much of a future for him. So let's see how it goes. Because India won the World Cup, he played well in the World Cup final. Probably he's still around. Rajiv.
Yeah, that the point is that he has not done anything wrong to drop him. वही है. But does that really work or not? We don't know. So Sagar, I'll come to the core question today. So two selections got, in fact three, but two got speaking about high, and then the third selection is just not a big top point. First is Shreyas Iyer. So you have to speak about Shreyas Iyer. Second is Jaiswal, who was originally in the squad of T20 World Cup as a backup opener. He never got the chance, but he was a backup opener. And then the third is your Prasidh Krishna, who in recent times has done very well. But the thing is, I think Harshit Rana has already bowled in ODIs, so people are not complaining too much. मतलब उसको खेलने का जगह सिर्फ हर्षित राणा की जगह मिलता है, and that's not quite possible. Right? So आप इस पूरे सिनारियो को कैसे देखते हैं? What is your opinion on those things?
See, thank the good question. In fact, three-part question. So the first part of it is about Gill. Let's come to Gill. The first thing is, does Gill be a part of this? Yes, he should be a part because he's in amazing form. And post this and then the World Cup, India's basically their next thought process for India. This Indian team would be the World Cup, which is like some another year away. So that is settled. I think that's there no question about it. The question over here is with Shreyas Iyer. So now let's understand what did Shreyas Iyer not do and what and who got picked did do. So over here, who was Shreyas Iyer being pitched with? He was being pitched with Gill. Now, in recency and in form, Gill is scoring better than Shreyas Iyer. Now, if you want to go into that same format, which is the T20 format, then you'll have to go back to the IPL, where Gill has scored, in fact, slower than the two people which have been dropped. One is Shreyas Iyer, who scored at around 100 and at 175, 604, 604 runs, and Jaiswal scoring 559 runs at 159 strike rate, whereas Gill, who got selected 650 at 155. So a bit, I mean, I think over here, not in place of Shubman Gill, but yes, I think because currently the way the team is being aligned, I think he could have come in place of Shivam Dubey, because Shivam Dubey, and I take Bhaskar's word for it also. Shivam Dubey is not bowling. So, I mean, you can get Shreyas Iyer over there also. So, that is, I think, the only one place which I would say could have been looked at. But again, as you said, Shivam Dubey is probably being only kept back because he was part of that team which had actually won the World Cup. So, what wrong did he do? He played actually an impactful innings in the final. So again, a dicey one, but I don't think you can keep Shreyas Iyer out of this team for too long. That's my personal viewpoint of it. That's part one of the story. The part two of the story, which you are asking, is related to I think the bowler, and especially with Prasidh Krishna. Now Prasidh Krishna is in the backup. Now, also understand he was a purple cap winner of the last IPL. But again, this was his first purple cap, and everybody will remember his last 2 years previous to this one was woeful years in IPL. And again, in England also, we've seen he's not perfectly the one who would actually be the one who can actually control a bit of runs. But yes, again, who knows? Good form could have been done, but I think as per the bowling side of it, there's no harm in having because Harshit Rana and Prasid are more or less the same type of bowler, hit the deck bowler. So you're more or less covered with it. I would not dispute that. And I'm sorry, I missed out the third part of the question, Rajiv. What was that?
Jaiswal, he was there in the
Ah,
squad.
yes. Huh. So I touched upon it. Now Jaiswal is also in the backup. Now there was a news and a story which is going around, and it has credibility that Jaiswal has been asked and has been actually asked to invest more time on the red ball cricket. He just like Pant looks a better batsman and more suited for the shortest format of the game, T20. But somehow he scores, and even Pant also scores better in the test format of the side. Because again, pitch when a field comes in, and you have these players are stroke players, players who can lift the ball. And with T20 you'll have boundary riders, the pitch, especially in Dubai. Now here I come to the pitch side of it for the first time. So the pitch in Dubai is again supposed to be sluggish. It will be sluggish, let's make no qualms about it. Day and night matches, the night once the night sets in, it'll be a bit cooler. But again, a September in Dubai is very, very hot in the afternoon, and even in the evenings also. It's very, very hot. It'll be the temperatures will be 35, 36 degrees Celsius in the evening also, and it is very tough to play a long innings over here. But still, considering the pitches that we will have, Harshit Rana looks a better choice also, and Jaiswal also, because he's been actually asked to look after. Indian cricket is trying to look after him for the red ball side of it, and just after a grueling 5 match series, he's, I think, given a bit of a backseat. So is I mean, you can say, if that is the question, then why not Siraj? He's the best. But again, he bowled 187 overs. So all in all, the three part of it, the only place where I have my reservations would be Sreya Iyer should have been in the team. At least, if not in the 15, definitely in the backup five.
Okay. Yeah, my only reservation about backup and reserves is that sometimes what happened, even if there is an injury, right? The captain asks for a
Mhm.
specific player, and that necessarily need not come from the reserves. वो कहीं और से भी आ सकता है. होता है ये.
True, true.
So anyways,
आता
and
है, और
it's
यहाँ पे और एक challenge है, not challenge, I will say the team management, I think, has erred somewhere, is because you already have Sanju Samson as the definite designated wicket keeper. You have then Jitesh Sharma, who's a backup, who will
so
in
I'm
most
coming there.
probability.
I'm coming there. Sagar. Hold on. Hold on. So we're coming to the playing 11 now, right? And
Mhm.
that's where
No,
things
I
become
was not
very.
talking about the playing 11. I was actually talking. You have another third backup wicketkeeper in Dhruv Jurel in a T20, which will be played in what, 3 weeks. Do you need three wicket keepers? That's where my question would be.
That's what I'm saying. The reserves was not given any thought. They just announced whomsoever was there in that England squad. जो बच गया है उसको इसमें डाल दिया है. As simple as that. आप जाके देखो जो whom the people who are not part of the squad, who are in that England squad जो भी हुआ है उसको डाल दिया. जुरेल
हाँ
उसमें
हाँ
है, and that's the reason
हाँ
they
हाँ
put.
हाँ.
So no thought has gone in reserves, so don't even get there. Reserves is just a humbug. There is no point there. Now we come to the playing 11. अभिजीत, मैं अभी आपके पास आता हूँ. The moment Gill gets appointed as the vice captain, so पहला तो अक्षर पटेल को बड़े इससे उसको क्राउन करके आपने उसको वाइस कैप्टन बनाया कि आप करेंगे करके. ठीक है, वो एक सीरीज वाइस कैप्टन रहता उसको निकाल दिया. सो आई डोंट थिंक देयर इज एनी कम्युनिकेशन गोइंग टू अक्षर कि तू क्यों नहीं है करके. चलो ठीक है, वाइस कैप्टनसी एक तरीके से जस्ट एन ऑनररी पोजीशन, ऐसा कोई ग्रेट ये नहीं है, कोई भी बन सकता है. ठीक है, चलो जाने दो. ना गिल कैप वाइस कैप्टन बनता है. द मोमेंट गिल गेट्स सेलेक्टेड इट मींस ही इज पार्ट ऑफ द प्लेइंग 11. ठीक है, इतना दिमाग लगाने की जरूरत नहीं है. विच मीन्स दैट अभिषेक शर्मा इज डेफिनेटली ओपनिंग. विच मीन्स जो आपका कोरोनेटेड संजू सैमसन जो आपका कोरोनेटेड ओपनर है, जिसने साउथ अफ्रीका में 200 मारा, एंड जिसका चल रहा है, एंड जिसने ये भी बोला कि गौतम गंभीर ने बोला तू 21 डक्स करके दिखा. अश्विन के शो में बोला तू 21 डक मार के दिखा फिर भी तू मेरे स्क्वाड में रहेगा. वो शायद प्लेइंग 11 में नहीं रहेगा. सो एक संजू सैमसन कट गया आपका. ठीक है, हर्षित, अर्शदीप और जसप्रीत में से दो ही खेलने वाला है. सो आई एम अज्यूमिंग चलो हर्षित राणा गोज ऑफ, विच इज ओके. ठीक है, दुबे तो नहीं खेलेगा, मुझे नहीं लगता कि दुबे प्लेइंग 11 में आ भी रहा है करके. Now between Varun Chakravarti and Kuldeep, now the problem is what Bhaskar said. भास्कर सेट कि अगर आप चार बॉलर्स खिलाते हो, जैसे बुमराह हो गया, अर्शदीप हो गया, कुलदीप हो गया, वरुण चक्रवर्ती हो गया, तो आपका 7 बैटर्स होता है. 7 बैटर्स से नहीं खेलते ये लोग, 8 बैटर चाहिए. विच मीन दैट कुलदीप भी प्लेइंग 11 में नहीं रहेगा. दिस इज हाउ इट इज कमिंग अप टू. सो आप क्या कहेंगे, व्हाट इज योर थॉट? भास्कर आ रहा हूं आपके पास, पहले अभिजीत सर. अच्छा, भास्कर को ही
So,
बोलना है तो नहीं नहीं, भास्कर ही बोलना
Hi.
चाहते हैं आपने.
See,
okay.
हाँ,
the point you're saying, if Sanju Samson doesn't play, then Jitesh has to play. That's my only point because we need a wicket
करेक्ट,
keeper.
करेक्ट. ही विल प्ले, ही विल प्ले. दैट्स द पॉइंट. चलिए अभिजीत आप बताइए.
So yeah, I don't think four bowlers khelega because I don't see Jasprit Bumrah playing all the matches, and these pitches are extremely spin friendly. So I also don't see two full-time pacers playing all the games. Especially when you have Dubey in the squad, you have Hardik in the squad to be the second pacer. See, Dubey ka jo selection, he will put in some overs. Even in the England series, he took 2 wickets. I don't know usne kitna overs dala tha, but he took 2 wickets from here and there. Dusra, Dubey has been picked for another reason, that he can clear the boundaries of spinners. I think that is his speciality. And all the players always tell about Gautam Gambhir that Gautam Gambhir doesn't look as a T20 match, as ki power play overs here. Gautam Gambhir always takes that entire T20 match and breaks it down into 120 balls. I feel that is where the Rinku Singhs and the Shivam Dubes, they will all come in the picture, because they are not expected to score a 50. We are not expected. They are expected बस अब 10 12 15 बॉल खेलो, लेकिन 200 250% का स्ट्राइक रेट पे खेलो. The other thing about the squad is the way it has been made. I mean, nothing against Shreyas here, but the way it has been made, whatever 11 you make, you are going to have 4 left-handers, 4 right-handers in the batting order in most scenarios. So that is a very advantageous thing to have. So see, Varun and Kuldeep most likely will be playing all the games because these are pitches for them. यही tournament अगर England में होता तो I didn't see Shivam Dube there, because Shivam Dube hits the spinners better. Shreyas Iyer hits the pacers better. I think तब वही होता. But I think the rest of the batting, literally, Gill, Abhishek Sharma, Varma, Tilak Varma, and Surya Kumar Yadav, they just speak for themselves. Hardik Pandya, Akshar Patel, Shivam Dube, Jitesh Sharma / Samson, somewhere there, up down रहेगा. And then 2 spinners, Varun and Kuldeep, will play every match. And I think 1 to 2 pacers will play, and they will be rotated. Bumrah will definitely play the Pakistan games because those will be the high TRP games. The other pacers, they will be rotated accordingly. So that's it, Rajiv.
So the only point is, while I agree with your point on the spinner thing, it's a sluggish wicket. ठीक है, बट यार T20 क्रिकेट में ना क्या होता है कि आप स्पिनर को रख के नहीं, वो तो मारने को जाएगा ही जाएगा. तो ऐसे में दो पेसर्स नहीं बनता क्या?
2 pacers, आपका हार्दिक पांड्या इज अ सेकंड पेसर एनीवेज.
अच्छा, वैसा
अच्छा,
बोल रहे हो.
बाय द वे हमारा जो टॉप 8 बैट्समैन है ना, उसमें
हाँ
पोटेंशियल बॉलर्स कौन है? अभिषेक शर्मा इज अ स्पिनर, हार्दिक
हाँ,
पांड्या इज अ पेसर, शिवम दुबे इज अ पेसर, देयर इज वन मोर आई एम मिसिंग, अक्षर पटेल इज अ स्पिनर. टॉप 8
या
की मैं बात कर रहा हूं, बैटिंग की. मैं अभी तक बॉलिंग में आया नहीं हूं. वी
हाँ
हैव
हाँ हाँ.
एम्पल ऑफ चेसेस. आई डोंट थिंक दैट्स अ, जो भी लाइनअप निकलेगा, वी विल नो दे आर गोइंग टू बैश व्हाटएवर ओपोनेंट कम्स इन फ्रंट.
अब आइए भास्कर, आप आइए. सो नाउ द होल पॉइंट इज, आप जैसे जितेश के लिए बोल रहे थे, Actually, Sanju Samson का the mo I was a bit zapped because Sanju Samson has done enough to gain. अब वो प्लेइंग 11 में नहीं खेलेगा तो मेरे को थोड़ा सा अजीब लग रहा है ना वो कि मतलब उस बेचारे ने सब कुछ कर तो लिया अब और क्या करेगा अब तो मतलब मुझे लगता है अश्विन अश्विन उस दिन हैंडकरचिप की जगह टवल ही दे देता बेचारा सैमसन को उस इंटरव्यू में बट चलो एनीवे सो द माय ओनली पॉइंट इज कि जितेश इज प्लेइंग बिकॉज ही प्लेड दैट वन kick-ass match against LSG. उसने जिताया आरसीबी को. If RCB won that tournament is because of Jitesh Sharma. I'm telling you, it went there because of Jitesh Sharma. लेकिन एक मैच पे तो आप नहीं कर सकते लेकिन ऐसा हुआ है. एंड जितेश शर्मा हैज बीन इन द प्लान्स. ऐसा नहीं कि नहीं है प्लान में नहीं था करके. सो व्हाट इज योर टेक? संजू सैमसन एट 7 और जितेश शर्मा एट 7. मतलब यू
No,
यू यू हैव योर.
I I I think Sanju and Abhishek are still going to open, and Gill will play. He'll bat at 3, most likely. I would prefer him batting at 4, but I think Gill will bat at 3, and then Sky will bat at 4, and then whatever the team comes. So I do believe that Sanju and Abhishek are going to be opening because they are the incumbent openers. They have been doing brilliantly well over the last year or so. And so I think Sanju is still going to be the first choice wicketkeeper batsman, and he will open with Abhishek. And Shubman Gill will bat at 3, though I would personally prefer him batting at 4 and giving the number 4 slot across formats to Gill because we don't have Kohli right now. So we need a bit of class. We saw how important Virat Kohli was in that World Cup final. Though he didn't play at a great strike rate, sometimes against top class bowling, when you lose a couple of wickets, you need that extra bit of class to get through that difficult period. So I do believe that Gill will bat at 3, Surya Kumar Yadav at 4, Tilak Verma at 5, then Akshar at 6, and Hardik at 7. And then is where you have to see whether you're going to play an extra batter or you're going to go with your top 4 bowlers. That is like Bumrah, Arshdeep, Kuldeep, and Varun.
एट्थ बैटर तो खेलेगा. ये गंभीर तो टेस्ट क्रिकेट में एट्थ बैटर ले रहा है. आप T20 में कहा तो पक्का लेगा वो.
पक्का
See,
खेलेगा
one more.
एट्थ बैटर.
See, we do not have Jadeja anymore, and Washington Sundar is not in the 11, in the 15. So that's where the issue is. We don't have a top quality bowling all rounder apart from Akshar and Hardik.
यार
So
दो
that's where
बॉलिंग
the issue is.
ऑलराउंडर. एशिया कप इज अ छोटा टूर्नामेंट ही है तो दो
So
ऑलराउंडर ठीक है.
I do feel that India will go with two pacers and two spinners, and because Jadeja is not there anymore, I think Kuldeep and Varun I think would play. They would be, and in a big match, I think they would also go in with Arshdeep and Bumrah because they have been our best opening like pace bowling combination in big games. So I think India will go with 7 batters. That's what I feel. But if we have to play the 8 batsmen, who's it going to be? Maybe Shivam Dubey, as you said. Rajiv.
आई थिंक शिवम दुबे का मुझे बहुत ही आई डोंट फील एनीथिंग बिकॉज आई नो ही डज गुड विद स्पिनर्स एंड ऑल बट ही इज प्लेइंग फॉर हार्दिक्स रिप्लेसमेंट. अगर कुछ हुआ तो हार्दिक की जगह खेलेगा. मुझे ऐसा लगता है
Exactly.
बट
True.
ठीक है मतलब
True.
हाँ मुझे ऐसा लगता है. चलिए सागर आपके पास आते हैं. ज़्यादा टाइम तो है नहीं लेकिन वन थिंग आई वॉन्ट यू टू टच अपॉन इज दैट व्हाट इज द बॉलिंग कॉम्बिनेशन. आप थोड़ा वो उसके बारे में बताएं. 3 बॉलर्स प्लस कैसा मतलब आप किस तरीके से देखते हैं. मे बी यू
Okay,
ऑल्सो थिंक.
when it comes to the bowling side of it, I think for this kind of a scenario on the pitch, the bowling is well stacked up. To be very honest, पहले तो आप बुमराह अगर है तो बुमराह तो खेलेगा. कुछ ना कुछ मैचेस तो खेलेंगे. पाकिस्तान का probably 3 matches of पाकिस्तान, अगर दैट इंक्लूड्स द फाइनल ऑब्वियसली. और आपको ये भी देखना पड़ेगा अगर उनको बुमराह को अगर यूएई मैच है, पहला वाला तो यूएई का मैच है. अगर the ideal scenario will definitely be Arshdeep has to play because he's our best opening bowler when it comes to T20s, and keeping in mind Bumrah also. So he's our best opening bowler when it comes to T20s. So Arshdeep plays every match, if you ask me. With that, I think Bumrah plays, and the ones which Bumrah doesn't play, I think Harshit plays. That's how the thing would be because we anyways have the third backup of yeah, Hardik, and then we will have the 2 spinners for sure in this pitch with Abhishek Sharma backing it up. Because trust me, if you remember what we did in the Champions Trophy, it was the spinners, and especially it was a master stroke, if you ask me, bringing in Varun Chakravarti, suddenly after from nowhere almost, and he became one of the most toughest bowlers to be batting on in those kind of pitches. We'll have to just be, I think, again, while I say that this will be slow, dry, and everything, yes, this will be. But we'll also have to understand the last time when this tournament was played in February, I think the Champions Trophy, there was a lot of matches which was being played. This would be more of a fresher pitches, but still somewhere down the line, I mean, I think it will be three places to spinners. I mean, that will be good with a backup. One backup is good, I think. And by the way, even Tilak Verma can roll his arm over.
या बट मेरा कंप्लेन हमेशा ही रहा है कि तिलक वर्मा को इतना यूज नहीं किया है एंड बिकॉज ऑफ दैट
हाँ,
उसका ओडीआई चांसेस मारा जाता है. इज अ फार बेटर बॉलर, वो कर
yes,
सकता है बट पता नहीं करते
yes.
नहीं है. अभिजीत, सो लास्ट टाइम गिविंग इट टू यू एज अगेन, बट आपको क्लोज करना है. गुड बाय बोलने का मौका दें प्लीज मुझे. तो क्वेश्चन एक ही चीज है कि इफ यू आर श्रेयस अय्यर, what would you do to ensure you're in the team? Do you think there is a, so many people are indicating there are politics around it. मुझे personally लगता है इस level पे politics होता है, but if you are Shreyas Iyer, what will you do?
No, I think just keep doing my job. As you said, हमारे यहाँ दो टीम क्या, मुझे तो लगता है 3 T20 टीम बन सकता है. So obviously there will be 15 more people who will be disgruntled कि बॉस हमें नहीं सिलेक्ट किया गया इसके लिए, and it is okay, it is fine. But just keep doing the job. The competition is very tough. But as you said, कोई एक इंजरी होता है ना, तो ultimately the call is captain and coaches. Washington Sundar was pulled out of nowhere during the India New Zealand series. He was not even in the reserves. So as you said, anybody can be pulled up on in case of any. If a top batsman is injured, then very likely Shreyas Iyer will be pulled up. He should just wait for his time. People, हमारे करंट सेटअप में ना, पीपल डू गेट दैट टाइम, दे डू गेट दैट यू. हम देखो, पॉलिटिक्स कंट्रोवर्सी हमेशा होगा. संजू सैमसंग अगर मैच के लिए ड्रॉप किया ना, तो सब बोलेगा नॉर्थ इंडियन गौतम गंभीर, साउथ इंडियन संजू सैमसंग को ड्रॉप किया. बट ऐसा नहीं है. Let's face it, in the India England series, Sanju Samson was actually struggling. And it has been, if you notice, when the quality of opposition is a bit high or the pressure is a bit high, Sanju Samson often struggles. Every IPL you pick up, first half of the IPL, Sanju Samson score runs. Second half of the IPL, he always flops. So there is a thought behind it. If he is dropped, fine. Okay. Rajiv, up to you.
चलो,
Say
I'll do a
goodbye.
separate episode on IPL controversies. उस पे बात करेंगे. Thank you so much for joining, guys. Thank you so much, and have a wonderful evening ahead. We'll post this immediately, and goodbye. Take care.
Goodbye.
Yeah.